That's kind of the situation. Real precarious in that way. Never put my I didn't put the zip tie around that. Where are we, Maki?
Sand Island.
That's right. What are we gonna do today?
You're gonna die.
Sounds like a good enough plan to me. Let's try to get this done before the weather switches around on us. I think the next couple days could be kind of back onshore wind. Like a duck, right?
Yep. Duck, duck.
Good. Making progress. Actually, yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm getting there. I'm excavating the garden down there. But Eric is trying to push it back further, but I want to get it to the yard in July so I can do the prop shaft, packing gland, through hole, blast it, sand it all down, and actually probably put a guide coat, like a base coat again of epoxy. When we go to the yard, we want to pull the masts out and do the mast steps and redo the top masts and all the rigging. That's why Eric wants to be here. So we're deciding whether to try to do it all at once or split it up, because it doesn't necessarily need to go out on the hard to pull the masts out. We can just pull up to the side dock with the crane and take the masts on the hard. That's cheaper. But she needs to come out. She hasn't been out of the water in 30 years. And who knows when the last time the bottom was clean. But in a way that's kind of good, because it built up like a fluff layer. And when you actually get that peeling off, that layer comes off like a fresh fallen snow or something, you know? There's only a few layers kind of near the water line that's kind of more hard crusted. But I got along the keel to the rudder. So if I come up from the keel, that side will be done. Pretty nice looking hull. It looks solid. I don't see a single seam or crease or nothing. Nothing leaky. That's good. Yeah, apparently Skip already bought a bunch of new winches, windlass, and that stuff, brand new stuff. So I guess he wants to modernize a little bit, which is good. Up a couple feet off the bottom. Next time, just get stern. My body's tired now too. Thank you. You breathe a lot of air when you're working like that too. Woo-wee!
Big work.
Hoy mates! Well, here we are again. It was a good day on the bottom. The visibility was much better. One more session and I should have this boat clean. Actually very happy to get the bottom clean, because seeing the amount of growth under there, I wouldn't really want to go trying to maneuver. So we're going to get her clean before we take the buoy run, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're done. Alright, let's get changed. I'm getting cold. Would it be just a compass? Like just straight up look in there and see which direction?
Well, I think it's for taking bearings.
How does that play into using your sextant?
Not so much for, if this is for taking bearings, this is for navigation along a coast where you've got a lighthouse here or a light there, and you can get a bearing on it. And you take that and you plot that bearing on your chart, and then you get one over here and get a bearing and plot that in your chart, and you cross them, and
Is that called dead reckoning still?
No, that wouldn't be dead reckoning. Dead reckoning would be when you put a position down, a dead reckoning position down, that you anticipate that that's where you're at.
I see.
And if you're, as we do on watch, when I go on watch, before I take the watch, I'll figure out course and speed, and I'll lay down DR positions along the track.
So you should expect to find yourself at those places.
And the captain will want to know where you're at. I mean, he'll want to check our position with your DR position.
You're gonna have to teach me that. And what about that rum there, Maki? Did you open that box?
No, not yet.
We'll have to check all this stuff out.
This is interesting, all right?
Like 60s, 1960s type stuff, yeah?
Oh, it's really, we wouldn't have, they didn't use this since World War II.
Okay.
Or thereabouts, because, you know, everything else is
It's gone sonar by then and radar.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple other pieces. See, I'm gonna have to put the collection together, and we'll have to sit down, and you can tell me what all the shit does.
I don't know.
But you have a better idea. Ahoy, mates! I'm back out here today. This is how you know I'm starting to have an addiction or fall in love or the connection is happening or whatever. Because we have a stormy day today, and I was worried. I was worried about the old girl. Turns out the bilges are nice and dry. Kind of having a little anxiety just because I've been scraping the crap out of the bottom. And I know there are a few questionable bung plugs in this boat. There's one right there. That's another weird thing right there. And anyway, before I finish cleaning this section of the hull, I'm interested in knowing exactly where all these bungs are so I don't knock anything out. This is kind of critical time because we're re-waking her after years of sitting, and so it's kind of like a be ready for anything to happen situation. So I'm feeling the connection. I'm pulling everything out of that back settee. I think there's a bung plug located under there. After talking with Skip last night, he said, be careful, there's a questionable bung plug through in a bad through hole under here. So if you're squeamish about dirty and disgusting things, I suggest don't get involved with boats, especially old ones. They can be nasty. This is kind of a sad deal. That rat was so hungry and thirsty that he was eating through this hose to get a little bit of leftover moisture. I'm not going to be surprised when I find a dead rat body. Unless he abandoned ship, it's possible. I'm not looking forward to finding the rat body though, I'll tell you that much. Looks like he really liked this zone over here. Rat shit. Rat house. I think the storm's about to get worse. I should probably GTFO, but let's see if we can find this through hole that I've heard about. Yikes. Let's check it out. Well, I didn't find any suspicious through-hole fittings under the settee. What he is talking about. I called him, no answer, so I'll wait for him to call me back and we'll see what we got. But that goes to show, once you start to actually give a shit about a boat, again, you can't stop thinking about her when the storms come. I think she's okay for today, though. Let's get out of here. Don't fall overboard, Joah. Good boy! I don't like the way that these meter readers have become full Bluetoothed. Full violations. He's just dragging his shit too. Fucking Hiko. And the water company. That's the lamest thing. No more privacy. They just come and they just zap at your house. Your house is all smart. Apparently they did send out some newsletter about it, like you could go protest it if you want, but basically these fuckers just installed their digital bullshit all over everybody's houses in China.